Hi all and welcome back to my YouTube channel. That's me again, your great NSC in the place to be. Yeah, this time, like I told before, I'm gonna show you MSI Afterburner, which is really a lovely tool. You guys gonna love it. If you have a gaming computer, then you need to have this tool, guys. You will love it. So, yeah, you need to install MSI Afterburner on Windows 10 with the newest Reba Tuner. Reba Tuner is a tool that is just needed because MSI Afterburner is working together with Reba Tuner. I'm just telling you this right now because you need to know how this all is working, guys. So MSI Afterburner is a tool that lets you just display the temperatures while you are playing a game. You can see the temperatures in game, we can say, and this is just awesome, guys. You can set a lot of stuff, and yeah, this and more I'm going to show you right now. So here I got the folder MSI Afterburner 4.20, but you can have already the newest MSI Afterburner, which is 4.60 or something like that. I don't know, I just forgot it, but I love the older version because it's running very stable, and I think the newest one was just a beta edition, and I don't like beta stuff. So for this stuff here, for this kind of stuff, it needs to be a really stable program, and that's why I love MSI Afterburner 4.20 and included the newest Reba Tuner. Yeah, so this tool just works really great on Windows 10 if your Reba Tuner is just really up to date, guys. Otherwise, this will be just buggy and you will not like it. So that's why I just tell you that. Let's get into the folder. Here you can see now I got here MSI Afterburner 4.20, and here I got the newest Reba Tuner 7.2.3. Okay, so you will need to install both. When you have installed all, you can now finally, we can say, start the tool MSI Afterburner. It looks just like that. So here, normally when you start it for the first time, you're gonna get here some infos and what else, and you don't need that. You can just go here to settings and you can just disable this all. When you go here to the very right side, you can go here and you can just deactivate it or activate it like you want. But I just don't need it because I know MSI Afterburner as a long time, guys. So I know what I'm talking here about, and that's why I just want to share this video with you guys, because you're gonna love this, guys. Really, if you have a gaming computer, this is a must. You need that. So I don't know how to begin, but I'm gonna begin with some stuff like you can see here: power limit and core clock and memory clock. So for now we can see that we got here a GeForce GTX 660. This is a smaller graphics card that I got on my older system, but it's still a great one. So the GTX 660 is nearly so good like the GTX 670, 680 was my favorite one. But the GTX 660 is still great, and you can work with it. You can do a lot of stuff. It's not the best one, of course not, but you can play some stuff with that. That's great. So let's go. The thing that we also need is GPU-Z. And with GPU-Z, you can see a lot more. So that's why you can just download also the newest GPU-Z. And we're gonna just start it. And then we will be able to see a lot more stuff. This looks complicated right now, guys. But it's not. It's just cool. You can now just move it to this side now. And now you can see here, again, you got the NVIDIA GeForce GTX 660. You can see the technology. You can see, we can say that the pixel fill rate, which is also very important. And here the texture fill rate. You can see the GPU clock. See, 824 is the core clock. So that means this one here. Okay. Here it's not written. And that's why you should also get GPU-Z. With GPU-Z, you can see a lot more stuff. With this tool, I have long ago, I have just copied the BIOS from the graphics card, and so I was able to modify the BIOS files, and then I was able to, we can say, flash it back to the graphics card. So that means when I have just overclock graphics card and when I was testing it so that it's really stable, I was able to take the newer, we can say, overclock data, and I was able to flash it back to the graphics card. But you don't need it, guys. You don't need it because I have just made a lot of tests. If your, we can say, overclock is in the BIOS, or if you use it just like MSI Afterburner, doesn't matter because they are boot the same. the performance is on boot the same. If you have a new BIOS file, flash it to your graphics card, or if you just use a tool like this one here, this is the same. I have just tested all, and you will not have lost some performance or whatever. Really, guys. So to keep going on is I just want to show you this stuff here that you can see we can see the core clock, the memory clock. You can see this all here. Here we can say is the default clock, 824 megahertz. Memory clock is 1400 megahertz. And here you got your boost clock. Okay, so that means this is the default clock. And when your graphics card is running a bit, we can say higher, then it just boots up with some more megahertz. We can say it gets a bit faster. So, but I'm going to show you this later. This gets otherwise too complicated for me. So, but this was just now that you can see the full data of your graphics card. Okay, so this now I'm going to just close it. We're going to begin with some easier stuff. Let's go here to settings, because the first thing that you should set if you want to see your temperatures in game, you need to go to settings for now, and then we set here the first thing, start with Windows and start minimize it. Okay, so this will not disturb you when we can say your Windows is starting. This will just start in the background and it's good. So for now you can go to monitoring, or you can also go to fan. I just love the fan because you can also here set a lot of stuff. But now let's just switch to monitoring, because here you will need to get inside when you want to see your frame rates while you are playing the game, or when you want to see your temperatures. This is really lovely, guys. So now you need to search GPU temperature. Here it is. And then you just click here, wait, and you click here, show in on-screen display. Okay, click this here, and now it's written in OSD. Okay, on-screen display. So when you do that, here down somewhere, Rebirth Tuner will start also automatically. Wait, I'm going to show you this right now. And now, yeah, it's already starting. I see. Here we go. Okay, here you got now Rebirth Tuner. So now we're going to start Rebirth Tuner, and we also going to set it here. Start with Windows, of course. And yeah, let's see what's this. Stealth mode don't need. No. Yeah, you can just let it like this. So here now you can also you can set the color, which color it should be displayed. Sometimes when your game has a lot orange backgrounds, so orange will be bad, and you can here set the color when you go wait, yeah, here you can now set other colors, but orange is cool. The older Rebirth Tuner was I think pink. Yeah, it was like that, but I don't care. You can just let it like it is, and if it's somewhere disturbing, you can just take it with a mouse and you can just move it to another place. Yeah, this doesn't matter. So, but this is really great. You need to set this up, otherwise this will not work. Here you can also go to setup, and then you can of course set again some more stuff, but it's not needed. I'm going to just show you the most important stuff, because otherwise this video will take too long time. So now you can now just minimize again, and we have now just set it that you can already see the GPU temperature in game. Okay, but I want more. That means I go here again, I go to monitoring, and I just want also to see the GPU usage, and I'm gonna click here again. Then I just want to see also my CPU, or you can also see your call clock from your graphics card. So here, bam. So memory clock, memory usage, you can display, you can really display this all. But yeah, you need to take care that it's not too much, because maybe this will disturb you. What I like is also the frame rate. So I will be able to see how much frames I got per second. And now I just want to also, I want to see how hot, or we can say which temperatures my CPU are, we can say, running or whatever. So wait, you can now just disable this all, because the most important is when you want to see your CPU temperatures in game, you just click on CPU temperature, this one. You don't need the other ones, because I got here a Xeon with 4 cores on socket 775, but the most important is that you can just see the temperatures from your CPU. So here again, let's just displaying on screen, and CPU usage, yeah, why not? Let's take this also, and this is the RAM from your computer, not from the graphics card. Okay guys, so this all I wanna just see while I am in game, guys. So a lots of stuff. So here you got a lot more. You can see here the power consumption, you can see the GPU temperature, the GPU usage, all that we have just clicked. You can see also here on the right side, but you have also here some stuff that you maybe don't need, and you can just get this out. You can go here again to monitoring, and you can say I don't like this and this and this, the fan speed. I don't know if this is interesting, but yeah, you can just click this away, and then you get here less stuff and not too much. Okay guys, so for now the most is done. And another great thing is also, just take a look or just listen very great. Here is my fan speed. I'm gonna just raise it up a bit. I'm gonna do it faster now. Yeah guys, you can hear it and you can see it, okay? So, but for now, I'm gonna just, yeah, put it again lower, or you can do it again on automatically mode. Apply. So here, you can also go to settings again, and now you can go to your fan. Enable user-defined software automatically fan control. Really great this stuff. So here, this is a great thing. The newest graphics card, like let's say the GTX 780 or the GTX 1080 or the GTX 980, all this newer graphics card, they are just set it up that the fan will not turn as while the temperatures is not going over 40 degrees. I don't like that stuff. It's really great because it's really silent. So that means your newer graphics card, they really stay very silent. That means the fan is not working till it reach 42 or 45 degrees. Then the fan will start. This is a great thing on the newer graphics cards, but I don't like it myself. I prefer that my graphics cards is always get cooling. But here's a great thing that I want to show you. You can now just set it up how your fan will just speed up. So that means you got here down, you got the temperatures, and here you got the fan speed, okay? So let's say I just want to say I want that my graphics card fan speeds up at 20 degrees. So that means when my graphics card has reached 20 degrees, I can go here and then I can go just down and tell him, hey, when you reach 20 degrees, so no, sorry, I've got here, when you reach 20 degrees here, you should spin up the fan on 20%. Yeah, just like that. Okay, so and now I can also tell him, okay, and when you reach 40 degrees, then I just want you can just clear it again. I just want you that you run on, let's say, let's go here on 40%. When it reach, yeah, you can hear 40 degrees on 40%, okay? Or you can say, no, when it's on 40 degrees, I want it faster, okay? I want it faster, and then you can just set it like you want, guys. This is really so great. But now let's see, yeah, 40 degrees. Let's do here, wait, so here, 40, 40, right. Okay, and what it's not recommend, guys, you should know that fan speed on 100% is not recommended. Some graphics cards gets lower performance because they lose the power on the fan. That means when the fan is taking too much power, the graphics card loses performance. I had a lot graphics cards when they was running on 100% fan speed. I really saw that it's really lagging. The game was not running really great. The frames per second, they just dropped down, guys. So that's why here you just set it. Wait, here, my fault. Let's do it something like here on, yeah, I got here, no, let's see, 86 or 85 on 85, right? And this one here, I'm gonna, yeah, I'm gonna go down to, let's say, 95, 94, when it's when it's on 90 degrees, then it's too late, guys. Then you should take care. But let's let it like this, okay? Do not set it on 100% fan speed, okay? It's not recommended, guys. Your graphics card will run really crazy and you will have some frame drops. That's really not that great. Okay, for now you can just let it like this and just press OK. So the next step, what I want to show you is something about overclocking. Now I have just set the most that I want to see, and I have now just set it that you guys can understand a little bit how powerful this program is, guys, okay? Just that you know what you can do all with this powerful tool. I love it. So now let's just start a benchmark tool. Let's say this is a game, okay? Let's just imagine this is a game. So now we're gonna do a first test. I'm gonna now just open again GPU Z, and then we will see this window right now. So here we go. Like I told, default core clock and all the rest. We gonna just let it like this, and we gonna yeah, run the first benchmark. So here, like I told, I got a very small screen right now, but this doesn't matter, guys. You can have later a bigger monitor or a smaller one, it doesn't matter. This is now just to show you how you can overclock easily with MSI Afterburner. So here you can let it on DirectX 11 because this takes more power, of course. I'm gonna do here full screen, and I'm gonna do here yeah, your system, and I just want this resolution because this is the the full resolution of this monitor. Okay, nothing big, guys. You can see you get here a lot better monitors, or here 1920 and 1080. Okay, the resolution here is, of course, it's HD and whatever, but or full HD, but it doesn't matter, guys. This is now just that you can see what you can do all with MSI Afterburner. The rest is up to you guys. If you have a bigger monitor or not, if you have 4K or 8K, yeah, it's not my problem. This is your thing. I don't care about. The most important is that you understand now what I'm going to show you. This is so powerful, guys. So let's run the first benchmark on default settings, and here we go. You got now all displayed, okay? All that we have just set it, we have now here displayed. You got here the GPU temperatures, and you got here, yeah, how your GPU is working, and you got here also the core clock. And here you got the memory clock, okay? And you got the memory usage from your graphics card. Here it's written DirectX 11. For now it's running on 25 frames per second. Yeah, nothing. Okay, GPU, the CPU now from your computer is now on 55 degrees and on 29% load. And I got here now RAM usage nearly 3 gigabytes. So we need to wait a little bit because the first time it takes a little bit longer. And this computer is not the newest, guys. I'm here on, we can say, this is a computer with an Asus motherboard on socket 775 and an older, yeah, graphics card, like I told, the GTX 660. So normally, here we go. Finally, it's starting. Like I told, guys, the first time it just takes a little bit. And now you can also see we are running now on 102 frames per second. Here you can see 130, sometimes 60 and whatever. Sometimes that you know, you will just see always just 60 frames per second. But let's say like that, 60 frames per second is really great for your eyes, guys, okay? A lot of people doesn't know that. When you have here set it that it's just running all the time on 60 frames per second, the first great thing is that your graphics card will not run that hot, and the second thing is that it's just fully enough for your eyes, okay? Because when your eyes, yeah, when you can see that better, and 60 frames, really, guys, 60 frames per second, it's just looking smooth. And when you have more, just like here, sometimes it happens that you have here some vertical lines, and this sometimes, yeah, it just looks bad. To show you this right now, before I forget, let's just get out here quickly. I'm going to show you also how to fix the frames on 60 frames per second. You can also do it over here, vertical synchronization. This is the option that you need to get it fixed on 60 frames per second. But I'm going to show you how you can set it directly over the NVIDIA panel. That means here, just get into the NVIDIA settings, and there you just search vertical synchronization. Just go here to 3D settings, and then just scroll down and go here to vertical synchronization, and then you just yeah, just set it on always. Just on here, always on. Then just apply. It needs, yeah, it takes a while. So, and here we go, finish. Then close it again. And now let's start again this, we can say, benchmark. So here the second time should boot a bit faster, should start a bit faster. And here we go. Okay. Now you can see the frames per second is now fixed on 60 frames per second. Okay? It gets not faster and it gets also not lower, maybe it gets low when your graphics card is not that powerful. So when you have a cheap graphics card or a very old graphics card like the NVIDIA 8600 GT or something like that, yeah, then it gets really low. But if you have a great graphics card, then it should stay on 60 frames per second. Okay, guys. So here, the thing is, it looks really smooth. It's great for your eyes. And yeah, it's just also good to play because 60 frames per second, guys. 60 frames per second non-stop is just perfect for your eyes, guys. And also for your graphics card. Your graphics card is running smoother, it's running cooler, and this is all that I have tested since a lot years ago. I think about 10-12 years now. I have tested myself. Always when vertical synchronization is on, your graphics card will run cooler. Okay, guys? But if you want to see how powerful your graphics card is, you need to disable this option because we need to count the frames per second. So that means we need to go out here again, and then we're gonna disable again the vertical synchronization. So now we're gonna disable it again, and then you will get the full frames per second what your graphics card can give. So here we're gonna just set it on off now. Sorry that this is German, but this doesn't matter. And we're gonna just apply. This takes again a while. So, alright. A very complicated video also for me, guys, but it's great, it's great. So, here, let's run again. And now you can see here, you will have again more frames per second. And here we go, okay? So now it's not limited, so that means here it's open, we can say. Now you will have the frames per second what your graphics card can give. So as more powerful your graphics card is, as more frames per second you are gonna get here, okay? But for now this doesn't matter. We're gonna now start the first benchmark, and here we go. So you will need to wait now because this will count now about 23 stages, and I love this benchmark. This is Unishine Heaven 1.0. This is the, we can say the oldest one from Unishine Heaven, but I like it because you just have 23 stages, like you can see here, okay? So this will run 23 stages. Here are the frames just counting, and then on the end it will show you a score. So that means with the score you can later see yeah, how powerful was your graphics card, or let's say how powerful was your overclocking. So yeah, this is really great. But like I told, if you set this all, you need also to know when you begin here to overclock, and you was overclocking too high. So that means when your graphics card is now running on 915 megahertz, and you go here and you will overclock it to 1500, then it can happen that you will have here some texture errors, or we can say the display will just freeze, and then yeah, you know, this was way too much. Then you need to go back and you need to reset the settings. But you can not destroy anything here. I just want to tell you this, guys. You will not be able to destroy anything with MSI Afterburner when you just set it like I will show you here, or like I am showing it right now. You will not damage anything, okay, guys? So here, yeah, not also to forget is that my computer case is open, so my side window is just not there. I have just take it away because when the things runs hot, I just want that my computer case is open so it gets more fresh air. And for those, we can say, benchmark things and stuff, it's always good when it runs a bit cooler, because then it's also all a bit stable. Yeah, now you can see here my CPU is on 60 degrees. I got here, like I told, a very old CPU. It's an Xeon, I can't remember the name. It's something like the Intel Q6600. It was a great one. But just as you can see that this old CPU still running very great, still working perfectly. You don't need to panic, because with this older 4-core Intel CPUs you can still work very great, guys, and you can still play. I had I think my oldest one was also Intel Q6600. I was able to play Battlefield 3 without problems. But I had to overclock it also a bit, because the Q6600 is just running on 2.4 gigahertz. But the Q6600 from Intel is really great to overclock. So yeah, a long time ago I just overclocked this CPU on, I think it was 3.6 gigahertz with a big monster cooler. Or with water cooling I was able to overclock it on 4 gigahertz without problems. But there, the Intel Q6600 was one of my favorites Intel processors long time ago. Okay guys, whatever, now we are here, it's getting to the end, stage 23 of 23, and now you have here, so we can say your scores. You got here, the frames per second was 94 frames per second non-stop, and the full score for all this benchmark is or was 2368. Now, just to compare, I go here and I'm gonna save this to the desktop, and I'm gonna just write here, let's say GTX 660 no OC. That means no overclock. Alright, up, desktop. Alright, here we go. Close, and let's get out here. Yes. Okay guys, now this gets really great. Okay, so now take a look. The first thing that you do when you want to overclock your graphics card, some older graphics card, they have not this option here. But if you have this option, then get it up to the maximum. If you got core voltage, that means sometimes when you overclock your GPU, of course you will need a bit more voltage, because without energy you will not be able to overclock. This is just easy, guys. So, but if you have this option, you can also go to the maximum, because Afterburner will not destroy your graphics card. This is all you tested. Really guys, you will love this tool. But on the GTX 660 we have no option to rise, or we can say to get more core voltage. Okay, so that's why we need to take it like this. But this one here, this is the first thing. I'm gonna here go now to the maximum, and then we will need now GPU Z. So here we get the shader clock, and now I'm gonna overclock it a bit, and let's see what plus 100 will do, or plus 160, or let's just do plus 100. Okay, so that means this is now the core clock plus 100 overclock. Okay, a bit complicated, but here you can see now the default core clock, and here now we will just apply. Wait, and let's see, we are now on 924. Okay guys, so that means plus 100 had make us 100 megahertz more. Okay, sometimes it's not that exactly, sometimes it's 2 or 4 megahertz more or less, Doesn't matter, guys. So now we have here 100 megahertz more, and the boost speed is also getting higher. Okay, guys. So we just will let it like this, because now you can of course go here and overclock also your memory clock. Okay, but you should always just begin with a core clock. Okay, so you can make steps like plus 50, maximum plus 100, just like I have done. Because when you do too much, it can happen that all will freeze and you will need to restart your computer, guys. Okay, so now let's just get here, and I have just applied. We are now here on 924, and then we will need again to start our benchmark. And so you will be able to overclock your graphics card step by step. You will need to test for yourself how much can you go higher. So here we go again. This will now take a while. Here we go, 993. Sometimes it gets here a bit more or sometimes a bit lower. It confirms how the boost will boost up, because you will have more boost when your graphics card is running really cool. Okay, so when your graphics card is running cool, of course you will have more core clock or shader clock or whatever, memory clock. It's up to the graphics card, guys. It's up to the cooling. When the graphics card is really cooled, really great, then of course, yeah, the graphics card will run a lot stable. So, 36 minutes already I'm recording. Oh my god. And I need something to drink. Yeah, guys, I need now to let this run, otherwise you will not be able to see the difference. And that's why I need to tell you this, guys, because without these tests you will not be able to overclock. And that's why overclock, let's say to overclock a graphics card, this sometimes needs about 1 week, because you will need to test it and test it and test it really long time, and sometimes it doesn't matter if you have your great benchmark or not. Sometimes when it was running stable on this benchmark, it can be and it can happen that your graphics card will just freeze in another game, like let's say on some other game like Tomb Raider or a race game. Doesn't matter on which game, it can happen that on some other we can say program or on some other benchmark, it can happen that the graphics card will freeze because this was maybe a bit too much. Now you can see we are now already on 1006 megahertz boost clock, or core clock, that is boosted right now. And for now it's running great, because you see no texture errors, nothing is freezing. And sometimes when it gets very laggy, then you need to take care, because then it maybe was just too much overclock, and then you just need to go some steps down. Okay, so that's why I just say, when you are overclocking a graphics card, then you should go, if you want to do that really smooth, you should go just always 50 megahertz steps. Okay, so that means you just set 50 megahertz more, and then you do a test. It takes really long, guys. Really, guys, believe me. But I have done a great thing possible. I have here a GTX 780, and I have also a GTX 970 here. And the GTX 970 has just 4 GB RAM. The GTX 780 has 6 GB RAM, but the GTX 970 was more powerful as the GTX 780. But now comes the point, but the GTX 780 has more, we can say, cores. Yes, I think it's the real name. CUDA cores. So the GTX 780 has about 2000 CUDA cores, I can't remember anymore. And the GTX 970 has just 1600 CUDA cores. So as more cores you have, as more powerful your chip is. It's just the same like on the CPU. More cores, more powerful. So that's why I have just made it possible on a GTX 780. I have overclocked it so great. At last, my GTX 780 was the same as good as my GTX 970. Yeah, but this I'm gonna show you maybe next time. I was so happy because I knew that the GTX 780 is really powerful. It has a lot CUDA cores, and this is very important for NVIDIA graphics card. So here we go. Now you can see we got a lot more frames per second and our score is a lot more, okay? And this is how you can go, guys. Now we can also save this one here, and let's go again and save this on the desktop. And I'm gonna write here now, again, GTX 660, but this time overclock 100 plus. Yeah, this is enough for me. And okay. So now I'm gonna close it, leave it, quit. Yes. So guys, now you can now just shut down this tool, and now you can see here the GTX 660 without overclock had 94 frames and the full score was 2370. So now let's see with overclock. It has 100 frames per second and 2540. Really great, guys. And I just was here getting 100 plus, 100 megahertz plus. That means I'm not finished. You can now go and work a bit deeper and deeper. Now you can go and try 150, okay? So here you can go for 150. And when you see that someone at maybe 180 or 2000 or 2020, when you see that the game was freezing, or the benchmark, when you see that the benchmark was just stopping to work, then you know maybe you need to do a restart from your computer. Otherwise, you just come back to the task manager and then you can close the benchmark. Then you can go back here again and you can set this all from new. But this is the way that you need to go step by step to see what is, we can say, the the maximum overclock on your graphics card. And when you see, okay, 220, I had just some problems with plus 220, then you can go back to, let's say, 200, and then you can do again a test and see if this will run better or not. So, and when this was running great on plus 200, then you just let it like this, and then you can just also save this configuration here on the profile number 1. So now it just save it, and you can set it here now, apply overclock at every system startup. Okay, this is really great. You need to do nothing more. This program is running on the background, and it's just easy, guys. So yeah, when you was testing your core clock, you can now jump to the memory clock. Then you can begin to test your memory clock, because this also brings a lot of performance. Not that much, but it brings performance. And you can go here on the memory clock. You really need to take care if you overclock memory clock. Yeah, it's a bit, we can say, yeah, you need to take care. You should go always just plus 20 or plus 50 maximum. You just go plus 50 steps and then you save it, and you need to run the benchmark again to see if all is running. Because when you have here too much memory clock, then you will see really some strange artifacts and some strange textual errors. And yeah, here with the memory clock, you need to take care, guys. But sometimes, or we can say mostly, 100 and 150 memory clock more overclock is no problem. The core clock sometimes, or we can say mostly, is, we can say, better to overclock, and it's also stable. But this is now just the way that you need to go on. Like I told, we have now just tested, we can say 100 plus, and then you see, okay, 100 plus was stable, and then you can just save this option to profile number 1. And if you don't need it anymore, you just can reset it, and this will go all the way down, just like it was before. Okay guys, so here, now, let's say I'm gonna, need my overclock back again. Then you just press here, and you just press apply, and then you got also all here. Yeah guys, I hope this was informative video for you guys. I'm nearly, we can say, 1 hour here doing this video together with you guys, and you also can see all is getting higher. So the pixel fill rate, the texture fill rate, the bus which what's called in English, the bandwidth goes higher. This is all just great, guys. So let's now just reset, and then you can see that this will go down just like on default. So wait, here we go. Here all default, and here this now no, this was staying the same, but this has go down, and this I think. So let's go to profile 1 and apply again, and then you will be able to see this was getting high now, and this also, this one here gets higher, I think, when you change the memory clock. I think it was something like that. So let's go here quickly on plus 100 and apply, and here, haha. Yeah guys, that's why you need to take care. Plus 100 right now was not that terrible, because we are not running the benchmark tool. We are now just here in idle, but you need to take care. When you set here too much, then you will get some artifacts and your computer will freeze. Don't get panic, guys. No panic on Titanic. We got water for all. You just need to restart your computer, and you are back to go. You are good to go again. So here, reset, and then this goes back again. Yeah guys, this is how you can go step by step. If you have some questions, just let me know. This was now really a long video for me, guys, because it's really, we can say, for the newcomers here, it's really complicated. My English is not the best. I'm a bit nervous too. I have nothing to drink right now. I get hungry, I get tired. But yeah guys, this was a very great thing for you guys, and I'm gonna test, we can say, I'm gonna do a lot more stuff for you guys. I got here, like I told, I got also a GTX 780 running on the same performance like a GTX 970. This is just awesome, and I just did this all possible with MSI Afterburner. This will maybe be tomorrow, the next video, where I'm gonna show you how great an old GTX 780 can be overclocked to the maximum. And yeah, I have just made some benchmarks, a lot more powerful benchmarks as this ones here. You can also download even version 4.0, which of course will take more power from your graphics card, and you will need a really great powerful computer. But this are really, yeah, we can say it's harder for the graphics card when the benchmark tools here, when they are really hard, then it's just like the newest game, like let's say again, yeah, Shadow of the Tomb Raider or like that, yeah. Yeah, it's really great, guys. I just can recommend you this application here, MSI Afterburner 4.20. Don't forget, okay? 4.20. You can download the newest one, which is 4.6.1, I think, but I think it was also a beta edition. I don't like that stuff because I just want a stable tool. This is very stable, and like you can see, or like you saw right now, you can do a lot of stuff with this stuff, guys. And okay, man, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm sorry that this video was going now so long, but you have seen, you need to test this, and when you run the benchmark one time, this takes about, I don't know, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, I have not watched to the clock. I have not just saw how much time this takes. But yeah, this takes a lot of time. But if you do this really great, step by step, and if you do this slowly and with a lot of care, when we do this really careful, with a lot of patience, you will really have a great graphics card, overclocked, stable, and cool. Really cool. Yeah, the most important is the cooling. You can also, when you are trying this stuff, you can go here, and then you can go to the fan settings, and you can set it on, let's say, 60% or 70% fan speed while you are just working on your overclocking settings. That means when you are now trying around, you can also just let the fan spin up faster, that your graphics card will stay, of course, always cooler. That means it will help you also to find out better your overclock maximum, or we can say the limits, okay? Because when the graphics card is running cool, of course, this will also run stable, okay? Just apply here. Yeah, you can hear it already. And now you can just let it here on 70, or just set it a little bit more. You can also go to 80%. It's no problem. So wait, here, just like 80%, apply. And then you can go and just play around. Test, look, do. If something happens, you just need to restart your computer and all is great again. Okay, guys, this is really great. Okay, so if you have some questions, just let me know. This was not just a lot of infos again for you guys. I got so much input for you guys. I got so much more in my brain, but the only thing I don't have is time. But you can see, guys, I do my best for you, and I just wanted to share this with you guys together. And I hope you like it. Like I told, if you have some questions, just yeah, write me a comment. Subscribe to my channel, thumbs up, and yeah, just following my channel for forever, best forever, because I got so much input. I think I could make all the days 3, 4, 5 videos, but really, guys, I got no time. This is the most problem. But I'm gonna try to be more active on YouTube also for you guys. I have really a lot to show you. Okay, man, that was all from me. NSC in the place to be. Bye bye. NSC.